Brexit trade talks will see Boris Johnson U-turn and accept EU terms, and MEP has predicted as the deadline for a deal looms. The stunning claim was made by Philippe Lambert, Belgian MEP and president of the European Greens as Brexit trade talks move closer to a conclusion. He said Dominic Cummings' departure from government last week was probably the sign that Johnson has begun his U-turn and will, in the end, accept EU conditions. A UK official hit back, however, saying David Frost and the UK negotiating team are completely focused on the negotiations. They added, "I guess the reason the EU feel the need to say these sorts of things is that they are starting to realize that we meant it when we said there were fundamental principles from which we couldn't move. We need to see some realism and creativity from their side if we are to bridge the significant gaps that remain." Mr. Cummings, who had been the Prime Minister's chief advisor, but left after reports of No. 10 infighting. Reports suggest that Mr. Johnson's fiancée, Carrie Symonds, was uncomfortable with the appointment of Mr. Cummings' ally Lee Cain as Chief of Staff. The Prime Minister reportedly told Mr. Cummings and Mr. Cain to leave Downing Street, although they both deny these claims. Mr. Cummings' departure comes as Brexit trade talks begin to reach their climax. Brussels has demanded that the UK continue to allow European vessels access to British fishing grounds. The EU's negotiator, Michel Barnier, has also warned Mr. Johnson that the UK must accept a level playing field on regulation. Last week, the bloc offered a glimmer of hope that a deal could be forged, as European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said there has been better progress. However, this has led to fear from Brexiteers in the UK that the Prime Minister may concede on key issues to the EU. Prominent Brexiteer, Nigel Farage, said this week that Mr. Johnson is a coward for self-isolating while negotiations are ongoing. The Prime Minister took the precaution after meeting with an MP who later tested positive for coronavirus. Mr. Farage told Talk Radio, "This, Mr. Johnson, is not what people voted for. People want genuine, strong leadership. They want people to stand up for the country, stand up for Brexit, control our borders and actually help the little guy." Conservative MP Andrew Bridgen told Express.co.uk earlier this year that Brexit could see the UK and its new partners overtake the EU as the biggest trading powerhouse. He said, "If we join the Trans-Pacific Partnership, it will be a bigger trading bloc than the EU. And they aren't asking to take our fish or be governed by their laws and courts.